Good morning. Oh, I need to turn on their chat. Whoops. Hey guys, chat is open. Chat is open. Welcome, welcome. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, all.
Yeah, good morning, guys. I see some of our founding members on board today.
Yeah,
Kevin.
Good morning, everyone.
I see Michael. I see Kevin. Thank you, guys. Thank you, guys.
Hey, Natalie, how are you? It's good to meet you last Wednesday. Donna, spent the
Jorge.
weekend with me.
Hi,
Michael.
Esther. Hey, Kevin.
Gustavo. Welcome.
Yeah, buenos dias.
Buenos
Yeah.
dias.
Any
Yes.
others with us? Good.
Esther, welcome.
I could see all the people that are happy because they got their kids back in school. They got some freedom. Give me put in the chat if you're free.
I remember those days.
At least for
free.
at least for a few hours.
At least for a few hours, right? No more camps, no more nothing. Go to school.
Dean, how you doing? I haven't heard from you in a while.
Okay. All right, guys, we'll give it one more minute because you guys made it on time, so we're gonna get started ASAP.
Hello, Michael.
All right, guys.
A good day to be inside. It's pretty hot outside.
You guys, I'm so happy to see all this love in the chat. So good. All right, guys, I'm not gonna keep you waiting. These guys have a lot to share today, so I'll go ahead and get started. Give me 1 second. I did not get you guys the upcoming events today, but we're just gonna talk about it instead. So my bad. All right, we are back. All right, good morning, good morning. Welcome, everybody. We have an awesome webinar today. Next Mill Mastermind founders are in the virtual building. We have Viju, we have Jim, and we have Francisco. Jim from Drea, Viju from Gia, Francisco from ReaFax, all founders of Next Million Mastermind. And we have a great topic, exploiting the condo market. I've been getting a ton of calls, emails, messages. You guys are really interested in this, so I'm not going to keep you waiting any longer. We're going to just dive right in. I'm pretty sure I know almost everyone in here, but if I don't, my name is Alexa, COO at BPM RIA, and I am here to moderate today's class. So you guys, please feel free to engage with us in the chat. The chat is open. We also have a Q&A box for those specific questions for our experts today. They don't want to miss your question, so please make sure if you have a question, those are going to go into the Q&A box, and we'll be chatting with you guys throughout today's class. So you guys, we have a raffle today. We are starting on a great note. All you need to do to enter the raffle is text the word Next Mill, all one word, no spaces, NEXTMIL, to our new line for raffles in text messages. It is 954-250-6777. Got some lucky sevens at the end there. So you guys, good luck. One raffle winner will win $2,000 off the mastermind. I will announce the winner at the very end. So go ahead and enter the raffle. Good luck. I'll keep you guys posted and I'll put these details in the chat box. Just give me a minute. All right, you guys, we have text updates as well for our events. So here's a question. I don't know how many in here know that we have an in-person workshop next week. If you don't know, maybe this is a good time to get on the text list so that you get the update, registration link, location, time, all that good stuff sent directly to your phone. So if you're interested in these text updates for the next Mill Mastermind events, all you need to do is text NMM to 954-800. Sorry, gosh, going in BPM mode. 954-250-6777. All right, guys, we're going to keep it moving and I'll go ahead and put all these links and all these details in the chat for you guys. I want to just tell you guys right now that have been coming to the events for probably a year now. If you still have not applied, you're going to want to do that today. And I have another little gift to give. But you guys, please go and apply at nextmillmastermind.com. Get in touch with the gentleman, save your spot. And if you apply today, I have a little gift for you. I will tell you at the end. All right, guys, I'm sorry, but I'm not. I'm really excited for you guys to be here. I'm excited for you guys to learn. And I love giving these little gifts and fun things and making it fun. So raffle winner I'll announce at the end. Special prize. Who knows? Maybe one of the guys will spoil it. That's okay. But everybody, please take a look at the chat. I'm going to be putting helpful links in the chat throughout today's session. We have so many social media platforms that you guys can get connected with. We are recording today's session. We will post the replay to the YouTube channel that I just created for you guys to catch those replays. But we want you in here to ask those questions. And if you want to win the raffle, you need to be here at the end of the session. I just put the links in the chat for you guys. Go follow, show some love. I appreciate it so much. I've been putting my heart and soul into those links right there. But please put your questions in the Q&A. Engage with us in the chat. We want to hear from you. We want to know what you guys are feeling about this topic. It's intense. So get your seatbelts on, get your coffees, waters, and we're gonna do it. So let's go. Guys, welcome. Welcome to the chat. Welcome to the class. Thank you for taking the time to do this class, actually. Truly.
Thank you, Alexa. Thank you.
Absolutely.
Can you please put the link for the application on the screen on the chat also, please?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. And guys, please show some love. Alexa worked very hard at this YouTube stuff, and please subscribe.
Thank you, Alexa.
We're going to be putting a lot of stuff there. You know, our aim is to engage and give information. So please subscribe. So next Mill, what do? We help, we create this mastermind to build community, right? To help, so we can help like-minded people help each other to make more money, less stress, build team, and a community of like-minded people. So that was our intent, and that's what we are pushing to do. To join the mastermind is 20,000, but just wait. We will be giving you a really good deal to sign up today. So, and we only have few seats left for our September event. And Jim will be talking about that later on. And you know, we had our first group, and it's like a very dynamic load. When you guys were signing up, we were talking about members that were on. So just keep listening. So, and please answer the pop-up questions. Let us know what you think. Thank you. So about myself, I'm Viju Kutungal. I'm a co-chair at DREA. I was born in India, grew up in Jamaica, moved here for college, did my computer science degree, my MBA, then started investing in real estate for 20 years. I've done construction stuff in India, in UAE, and Jamaica. So I do stuff all over. I have, I wholesaled a lot of property. We are one of the biggest wholesale lists around here. Working with being part of DREA made me realize that this business is a very lonely business, and we need community to help us grow our business. And that's why we all kind of came together and build this mastermind. Have more than 20 years in real estate experience, had IT consulting business. I've done a lot of stuff, but real estate is my heart. It's what I enjoy doing, building houses, wholesaling, helping people. That's what I like to do. So that's me. I'm going to have Jim introduce himself. So it's three of us that are going to be doing this presentation. Me, Jim, and Francisco. So, Jim.
Well, good morning, everyone. My name is Jim Pamplin, and gosh, Viju and Francisco can claim exotic places to be born, but me, I was born in Oklahoma City. What can I say? But I've been in Florida since 1991, got here just in time for Hurricane Andrew. And at the time I was in the legal publishing business. I was in that for a long time before I came to Florida and after. So I know a lot about what goes on around foreclosures, about notice and all these kind of things. And it spurred me into deep interest in the public record, which is free, and how much you can get out of it. So I think what I've done with my career since leaving American Lawyer is work. I started out hard money lending, and then I started out wholesaling, then went to hard money lending. I met Viju through DREA. At that time, there was another group of owners, and after the crash, Viju and I wound up with sole ownership of DREA. We branched out from there. We've done a lot of rehabs together. We've done a lot of different things together. I'm a hard money lender, Viju's a hard money lender. But the challenge that, as a mentor for many years, what I like to bring to people is to dig where you can find something new to make a deal you wouldn't have otherwise made. Now, that discovery process also has happened, much to our surprise, in the first group of Mastermind, where we meet people from all walks of life. So I'm more enthused about this next group because now not only can the Fab Five, the five of us, help lead you into places you've never been, you have a whole group of people with different ideas, not just real estate, to move you on. So that's me. I'm basically just the old guy. You can ask me old guy questions, experience, but I'm very happy to be here, and I'm more happy that you're here.
So I'm going to ask Francisco to kind of introduce himself, the information guy.
Hi guys, I'm Francisco Mago with ReaFacts.com. I'm Venezuelan, as Jim was saying. Yes, I like exotic places, like the one in the picture. That picture was actually in Ecuador. I didn't remember when I saw the picture, but it was in Ecuador, in one of our family trips. I'm the geek of the group. And the CEO and founder of ReaFacts.com and BNBvestor.com. What we do actually for you is finding deals. Um, I know for a fact that we have a few clients in here of ReaFax. Welcome, guys. Uh, right now, the newest is and in the AI wagon, and those are the things that we are actually uh, paying a lot of attention now. And a lot of the new things that we are doing, not only in ReaFax, but Next Meal, are coming from our members for the needs of our member, what the feedback that our members tell us, what do they need, what is that is ticking right now, and that's the way that we move forward actually. I'm a father of three. I had three girls, so my hands are pretty busy right now. And I'm talking to you from actually from Colombia, Medellin, and I'm embracing now the digital nomad life. So I'm an empty nester in this year and just having fun, guys.
Thank you, guys. Thank you, Francisco. Thank you, Jim. So, um, hold on. So I'm going to briefly talk about the Fab Five. So you heard from three of us. Now the other two, Anish and Sean. So hold on 1 second. I was just looking at the survey results. It's awesome. Thank you guys for responding. So the Fab Five, we are a very energetic, experienced group of five guys. Over $1 billion in real estate transaction. Anish, the owner of BPM Real, and Alexa, who is also on this call. She is the COO of BPM Real. So she's amazing. She helped us get five really hard-minded people together. Combined, we have over 100 years of experience in investing and building businesses and lending, anything to do with real estate and business. And if we don't know, we know how to find the answers. We have a Rolodex of people that can solve, I think, any problem. Between five of us, I think we can solve any problem in business, or we know how to find the help to do it. Our technical experience between Sean, Francisco, and I guess myself and all five of us, we have more than 50 years of technical experience in AI. The AI is a new thing, but Francisco is amazing. He's doing a lot of amazing things with AI. Also Sean with social media, and your how you present yourself in front of camera, things like that. Sean is amazing with that. And to help your business grow in the internet world, in the social media world. That's Sean. He's also a certified business hypnotist, so he can kind of find out what your blocks are and help you solve those, or at least show you what the blocks are. And that's Sean's experience with the social media and getting you in the internet world, in the digital world. So that's what Fab Five brings, and then the community that you're in will be helping you also. So it's a great experience. You guys will see it later on, see more about it later on. So today we are going to talk about what this new this hoopla about the new condo in Florida, condo laws in Florida and why it's going, how are you going to take advantage of it, or just to inform you, right? It's all over the news. So the state law that just changed, I think May of 2020, was created, new requirement, inspection of condos, association building that are three stories and tall. Miami-Dade has always had one, which is the 40-year reinspection, which they redid to kind of get more savvy in making sure the buildings are more solid. So all buildings that were built before 1982 that have already done the recertification, 40-year recertification, need to do a new certification, and Jim will talk about it, by December 31st, 2024. And that certification will make it that to do engineering building is a long certification where you have to, engineering companies right now are overworked because of this, but it has to be done. Hopefully they're going to push the data a little more because there is not enough engineering companies out there to do the job. So that's Miami-Dade is Florida. So I'm just taking it out of Miami-Dade because they have their instruction is very detailed and very precise on Miami-Dade. I'll post the website for you guys to get the information on. Coastal condominiums, that's 3 miles off the coastline, right? Have to do the recertification by the 31st of 2024, and every 10 years after that. And anything that's beyond that 3 miles or built between 83 and 92 have to do it by December 2025, and every 10 years after that. So that's where all these hoopla, all these news thing of getting associations, getting the increase in association fees, all that is coming about, and foreclosure, which Francisco is going to talk about in a bit, about all the numbers, all the foreclosures, all the association foreclosures. Right.
And when we go through the numbers, I'm going to describe to you what is causing the hoopla when. So just watch for that. But I think we need to start with Francisco and get into the numbers, right, Bijou?
Correct, right. So, Francisco.
Let's get into numbers, what I love. Well, guys, this is basically, first we need to know what's the size of the market. And one of the things that, it was curious to me is that Broward, Miami-Dade, and Palm Beach almost are 50-50 in between single families and condos. The market is around 50-50 in size. But what amazed me is actually 52% of all condos in the Florida state are in Dade, Broward, and Palm Beach. So if you want to get into the condo market, the 52% of the market is in Dade, Broward, and Palm Beach. Let's go to the next one. Okay, when we talk about the 3 miles from the ocean, we are going to record this webinar. So these are the counties, these are the zip code per county that are actually between that threshold of the 3 miles. So basically, check that out when we go back into when you actually go back and see this part of the video. It's very important for you to know. By the way, I took this information right from the AI. It's just one of the things that helps me tremendously. Go to the next one, my friend. Now, one of the things that we pride of is actually to take a vision or take a shot of what's happening. And one of the things that we calculate often is the months of inventory, in this case specifically on condos. Now, can you go back, please, Biju? The way that we calculate that is you take all the active listing and divide it by the last 6 months average of sales of condos. That's how you determine how long, how many months of inventories are available right now. And go to the next one. One of the things that you need to know regarding the state of the market is that it's considered a seller market. It has less than 4 months of inventory. A balanced market, if it's between 4 and 7 months, and a buyer's market is 7 months or more. Now, knowing that, we're going to this chart. As you can see, and this is something you didn't know, take note. In the condo market, we are deep in a buyer's market right now. Now, it's talking about 17 months of inventory. As you can see, there are 10,276, and they're selling 589 sales per month. That gives you the amount of months of inventory. So all of the three are buyers market, as you can see. Please go to the next one, Biju. The status of the market in the 3-county area. This is within the 3 miles from the ocean. What we did is we took only the SICOs that were in the auction in the 3 miles to the ocean and did the same thing. Now, as you can see, compared to the rest of the county, in this specific area, actually the buyer markets deepened. What that means is we're almost in 20 months of inventory between those areas. Why we are concentrating in those 3 months areas? Because those are the ones that actually are having the more weight into all that is happening right now regarding of the money that they need to pay in order to put the building in code.
Francisco, may I just, let's talk about this. This is sort of the key thing. You know, Viju alluded to what happened in 2022, which was Senate Bill 4, which established that there would be inspections. In June, they passed House Bill 1021, which basically gave all the prescription for what has to be done. The study Viju mentioned is called a Structural Integrity Reserve Study, SIRS. That's what all the engineering companies are scrambling for. Why? Because it has to be completed by December 31st, 2024. And in January, the state has to do, and this is why the dates may be extended, January 1st, 2025, the state has to have a database. Now, you have to have an engineer estimate the useful life of each element, recommend a reserve replacement for deferred maintenance and the expense of each item. And the associations must properly fund all items identified in this report. That's why everyone is raising their maintenance fees. That's why everyone is increasing, all associations, many associations are increasing their assessments, because for donkey's years, an association could get by with little or no reserves. That changed with the stroke of a pen, and it has the market in calamity now because every board and association must comply and get the SERS done for 3-story buildings statewide, not just 3 miles of the ocean, statewide. Go ahead, Francisco.
Francisco.
Go to the next one, my friend. Which, please, the next. Okay. Now, this is what probably the consequence of what's happening right now in the pre-foreclosure market is this. Now, this is a picture of the pre-foreclosed market at the moment. We have Broward, Miami-Dade, and Palm Beach, and these are not only the number of the total pre-foreclosures, but as you can see, and what struck me the most is the HOA foreclosures, meaning the percentage of foreclosures out of that are exclusively for HOA purposes. This is never seen before. At 41.54% Broward, 52% Miami-Dade, and 52% Palm Beach. That means that more than half in every single county, except Broward is a little bit less, is our HOA foreclosure. What does that mean? That is the association who is taking the property to foreclosure for no payment. And this tendency that is start happening right now is the one that is going to actually increase in the next few months, because all the assessment or additional assessment that are increasing pressure in the homeowners. So this is actually mind-blowing for all of us when we start seeing the numbers.
Yeah, and I'll say this. Let me just say right up front, we're not giving legal, financial, or accounting advice. But I can tell you, having been in the foreclosure publication business, this is sort of like Francisco hit the nail on the head. This is very unique. And it's going to keep going because House Bill 1021 not only prescribes the SERS, it also introduces a lot of regulations on boards and associations like reporting relationships like, yeah, my brother-in-law is going to do the paving contract, conflicts of interest. There are now criminal sanctions available against board members and associations. What does that mean, kids? That means board members are going to flee. There's no way you could get me to be on a board with a bunch of jokers who have business relationships with people who serve the association. So you're going to see people bailing because look, yes, a lot of these have mortgages, but in the condo world, you see a lot of condos without mortgages. So the HOA foreclosures are significant. Now, if there's a bank, the bank will eventually foreclose. But what Francisco said, we're going to see this increase. This is why, because boards are going to melt. Boards are going to change. And they're hiring 65, the state is hiring 65. They're trying to hire 65 regulators to make sure all this takes place. So it's going to become sort of a confusing issue beginning in January.
Just to answer a couple questions. So this is for any building 3 stories and above. And the pre-foreclosure numbers that Francisco is showing, correct me if I'm wrong, 90% of the foreclosure is this year, right, Francisco?
Yes.
Filed this year, yeah.
Now, one of the things that I want to add to this, and this is also very important, all these properties that are in HOA foreclosure has more than 50% equity. So these properties have a lot of equity or are paid off, and they cannot pay the assessment of that the associations are imposing right now. So this is one of the things you take into consideration, not only for doing business in this, but if you are intending to buy a condo right now, you need to look at how are the assessments are going to be. Not only how much low you're buying a deal, because you might buy a deal like it's 50% below equity, but then an assessment comes and all your profit is out the window. So that's the kind of thing that you need to be looking at when you're doing this business.
And indeed, the law addresses that. The new law addresses that, Francisco, in that the disclosures that have to be made upon sale. Again, these disclosures should have already been made always, but now it's in the law, and there are penalties for sellers who don't disclose and for associations who don't disclose. So you might be asking yourself, how in the heck do I know when to jump in? So BJ and I are buddies with a guy, a pontificator, a consultant to big hedge funds who buy blocks of condos. And it's the same for the big guys as it is for us little guys. There is sort of a rule of thumb. Let's just call it that. And again, I'm not giving financial advice or legal advice. A rule of thumb that a lot of the big investors use to determine their purchase price. They look at a building, they look at a unit and say, I can get $2,500 a month. So the rent should equal about 1% of your purchase price. What does that mean? That means if the rent is $2,500, the purchase price should come in around $250,000 clean. What does clean mean? Because Francisco just brought it up. Clean means after assessments are paid. Okay, so if you have a building with a $140,000 assessment, and that's not unusual in downtown Miami, I must tell you, with a $140,000 assessment, when you buy that property, your 1% rule means somebody else pays that assessment, or that is included in your total purchase price. So if you have a unit that'll rent for $4,500, your total purchase price, including assessments, whether you pay them or the seller pays them, should be about $450,000. Now, does that mean you'll make a profit? Maybe, maybe not. But it'll allow you to do what? Hold on until things correct. And they will correct. They always do in our market. Now, as Francisco said, you must be sure you get total clarification on what the maintenance cost is now. That's why we've got to watch the numbers. That's why we've got to see how much the assessments are, because you have to factor that in your rental costs, your cost of capital and your rental costs. But I know everybody's been wondering that. There's no magic time in when to get in. There's a magic formula though. And the formula is the rent. The formula is how much are the maintenance costs, and the formula includes how much are the association assessments. Once you know all those things, whether it's January of next year or February of 2026, those are the elements you have to account for. And we're going to have to watch the data. We're going to have to watch and see if the foreclosure sales increase. And if they do, that'll even be more opportunity, because as Francisco said, here's the key to this understanding this market. They have, the ones that he looked at have 50% or more equity. That's why I said in one of our emails, condos have always been a good equity play in Florida, stretching it now. But these are the things to be mindful of. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt and get on a soapbox there, but that's the question you want to know, right? How do I buy this?
I have a question for you, Jim. Can I include the assessment in the mortgage of the property?
No, only if no. You cannot include the assessment in the mortgage of the property as a rule. What I was referring to was the purchase price. So the purchase price either means you're going to buy for $200 and pay $140,000 assessment, so your total net is $340. That means your rent has to be $3,400. Or you're going to pay $340,000. Your rent should be $3,400, and the seller pays the assessment. Now, here's what you have to be sure of in looking at the monthly costs. If the association has gotten funding to pay for all these things. There may be an assessment payment per month. Sometimes they divide it out. So you got to watch for that. Make sure you understand what the monthly costs are and that you're not funding as you go forward the assessment that your seller should have paid.
But what about if the assessment, I don't know what the assessment is going to be, but next year, or it's a surprise assessment after I bought the property?
Yeah. I mean, that's why you should ask to see the SIRS report when you buy. These have to be kept on record for 15 years, and they have to disclose them to you, and your seller should disclose them to you. That's what I'm saying. As we go forward here, much more information is going to be available to you, the investor, to us as the investors, to figure this out. All the things that they mandate, and you should read House Bill 1021. Google it, read it. All these things will be available to you to evaluate the integrity of your investment. Just do it, but stick with your financial rule. Whether it's 1% or another thing that you deem certain, you need to account for all these variables. And for the first time, we can account for it because it all has to be disclosed.
Do the right research. It's all about researching and finding how the building is handling the repairs. The report is going to be really, the engineering companies are going to be held accountable too. So they have to do the right report, the right thermal and all kind of stuff. The building, it's going to make the building safer and better for the long run. It's going to be a lot of growing pains. And is everybody going to afford it? That's going to be a question that we're going to see down the line. But I think there's going to be a lot of investment opportunities for people investing a lot of money and people investing short-term, small rental portfolios also. Right, Jim?
Yeah, I don't know that we can prognosticate as whether prices will keep going down. They're going down now. I think if you look at the average listing, they're going down now. They're dropping. Somebody put in the chats that they're dropping their price. So I don't know where the bottom is. I don't like to pick bottoms. I like to pick investments that will pay for themselves. That's how you should look at it. Wherever you are, whether you're in January or next June of 2026. But remember, condos are half of the real estate inventory in our area per Francisco, right, Francisco?
That's right.
So, you know, I have this thing, I don't loan on condos anymore, but they're still, for cash investors, they can be a really good deal, and they're fairly easy to rent as long as, our market in South Florida is pretty good. Now, I can't tell you about Pensacola. I can't tell you about Bradenton or Sarasota, but I can assure you the same type of opportunities will be available there.
So one other question is, how is the assessment fees? Is it a short term? So it depends on the life of the roof of the infrastructure. The roof is only 2 years. You have to replace that roof. You have to fund it to replace that roof within 2 years. So you need to have the funds within 2 years, right, Jim?
Right. So the SIRS is going to estimate the remaining useful life, and it has to be funded. I'm sure there's a graduated scale, but it has to be funded. Now, if a roof is out of useful life, then there has to be an assessment. That's different from the maintenance. There has to be an assessment to the entire association, right, to pay for it. One of the things that is driving this whole legislation is insurance companies, because insurers do not want to insure a roof with 2 years of remaining life. Now, this puts the onus back on the association and the state to tell the insurance companies and the owners where we are. So there's going to be some fallout regarding insurance. Vijay, I don't know if you want to comment on that, but that's part of what's driving this. Remember, the towers that fell, that was a $1 billion insurance payout. Makes them think.
All right.
Well,
And
talking about
insurance, 1 second, Francisco. That insurance, I mean, we are facing that as homeowners in the state of Florida. We are getting notices of properties that have roof that's more than 20 years old, that insurance are not clear, not going to insure it, right? So,
Well, 15 for shingles anymore.
right. So, you know, so, you know, there's always opportunity. I just answering another question, Francisco. Sorry, I'm jumping in and out of questions.
that's fine, man. Don't worry.
So yes, pre-foreclosure, equity, all that means investment opportunity, right? Michael asked a question. Go ahead, Francisco.
Well, one of the things that I would like hearing you talking about the roof of the structure. One of the things that we're experimenting right now within the information that we're pulling exclusive to our mastermind members is permits. And it's very revealing what I'm seeing. And it's not an easy task because you have to go city by city, pulling the permits and pulling the permits information. But what you can see is very, very, very revealing, talking about commercial infrastructure that are between what you say, you know, that the roof is about to expire. It's just incredible. See how everything is falling into the same direction. That's what I wanted to add.
So one of the questions, are there many condos that don't allow renters? So those are the analysis that we kind of help our information guy. So that's not data, that's information, right? And Francisco will jump into that. It's an inside joke. But those are the information stuff that we kind of work with people in the mastermind to get them the advantage of to do business, right? So
Let's go to
continue.
the next slides when you can.
Yeah, sure. 1 second.
This is the same information, but pertinent to the 3 miles from the ocean area. And as you can see, the HOA is right there, almost like in the 50% percentile. So it is the same thing happening on the ocean. Can go to the next one, Billy.
1 second. Sorry, guys, I have too much screens open.
Okay. This is something that this is one of the latest calculations that we have. This is the age, the median age of the condo market in Broward, Miami-Dade, and Palm Beach. As you can see, they're all middle-aged right now. They are all almost in the 40,000 age threshold. So most of the buildings right now, they have to pass the 40-year inspection. Not only that, most of the buildings are in that zone when they're going to start spending a lot of money in assessments. So this is the status of the condo market. Go to the next one. And then we're also making the distinction between the 3 miles from the ocean. The 3 miles from the ocean age is, again, around 40 years old. Palm Beach being a little bit older.
Yeah. So all these buildings has already done their 40-year inspection. They should have. Now, you know, they're going to have to do the SERS this year and then fix the problem that comes up in SERS. So they already, so all they've done, should have done the 40-year, and increase their, hopefully they have fixed the problems and increase, their association fees. Hopefully. No, if
And
they
so
haven't done that,
that's an important point, Vijay. A lot of had their 40 and 50-year inspection.
right?
So maybe they've gone over the hump, but I can tell you what's happening because they have to do SIRS every 10 years. It is still impacting prices because the market does not know who has done their inspections or not. The market is very efficient and it's causing everybody to have a slump. But you indeed may find a building where prices are low, where guess what? They've done their 40-year inspection. They've already collected their assessment and they're in gear. So not to say that every building is delinquent, many are, but there's going to be a few gems out there, I think, where you'll be able to find a building that's had their 40 or 50-year inspection and they're good, but they're going to suffer. They're going to suffer in price, as many people of you have noted, just because of the general panic in the market amongst all the repairs that need to be done and the requirements on the boards.
Exactly. And then, I have multiple buildings I've done 40-year inspection on. They're pretty easily done. And, knowing that, I mean, if they have done it properly, I think most of there are gems and we can take advantage of those properties, during the slum that we are expecting. And again, it's all about data, finding the right buildings, finding the buildings with the right association, the right management.
Well, you guys just gave me an idea. I'm gonna start looking for those permits for
Exactly.
Inspection. Yeah, that'll be probably. Yeah.
those inspections. I'm gonna cross-reference inspections by building. So that's one of the things that I'm thinking to do. And this is another thing that is a very big tale, guys. Tax delinquents. If you don't have money for your assessment, you don't have money for your mortgage, the first thing that you don't have money is to pay taxes. And one of the things that really caught my attention is Palm Beach with almost 20,000 tax delinquent condos. That's huge. And between the 3 miles to the ocean, 5,628. That is a big number. So when you see a sick person, in this case a sick market, you start seeing tells everywhere, not only in the foreclosure part, but in the tax delinquent part. And one of the things that asking the AI after uploading all this data is I ask for correlations between all the information that was, put it into the system. And one of the things that struck me out was the lowest market values in condos are the ones that are not paying the taxes must. Meaning, if the market value of the condo is low, the tax delinquency is high. That's another indication of what is happening in the market. If you are in the low threshold, you don't have money to pay for taxes, you won't have money to pay for assessments. So this is a very big tell of what's going on right now. Is this the last slide for data, Biju?
Yeah. So can we just jump on the questions before? So the
Yeah.
Okay, let me just give me 1 second. So if investors buy low and then they have to pay large assessment, can they still make profit? It's all about numbers, right? Jim, you want to jump on
As
that?
I said, if you have to factor in any assessment that you'll have to deduct any assessment you think you'll be liable for from the purchase price you pay to get to your whatever your whatever you consider normal. Maybe you consider the 1% rule I cited as normal. You have to take that into account. And there's a play here. Has anybody heard the term termination? What do you think happens when a condo association can no longer collect enough money to operate? This is your homework. It's called a termination. Now, if you own a unit in that, especially if you're within the ocean areas, you can sit back and wait for a developer to come and take you out. So sometimes failing condos can have, and again, this is a very deep discussion that you need to have with your, with your real estate agent and analyze the data. But if a condo looks like it's going to go into termination, either you lose all your money or you could get bought out by a developer. There are plenty of savvy, big players in the market that are looking for older buildings in 3 miles or less that could potentially turn over to a developer. So that's just food for thought.
Big investment opportunity, I think, that we are surely going to discuss in our mastermind. Those are things what we discuss, and we try to help people in the mastermind get the right data. What about, buying the building, things like that. Information. Sorry, I see him smiling. So, another question. What is the term for these increased assessment fees? Again, we spoke about that. It's all depends on end of life of each one of the elevator, roof, plumbing, whatever it is. It's end of life. You have to fund it before the end of life.
Denise, thank you for your comment about the Miami judge putting a hold on terminations. We're going to see that maybe in more counties as well, but that doesn't mean they'll be terminated forever.
Is the buying for seller, typically the special assessment get paid at closing, full at closing, right? Is
Negotiable.
Yeah,
That's negotiable.
it's negotiable, right? Yes. I'm not a fan of leaseback. The question is, if somebody don't want to move, can you buy it and lease it back? I'm not a fan of leaseback.
I don't see any of the real estate investors I know that will go for that strategy, but very few of them, because they like to, to do with their property whatever they want.
Especially with older people, I can't.
And there could be legal prohibitions against that. You have to check the foreclosure laws back from 2009. If someone is in distress, and you may be prohibited by law from buying and reselling back to them, you could face sanctions.
So Michael is asking, what is our opinion and what should we look for? We will discuss that in our mastermind, right? Investment opportunity. Are you able to pull data by building, for example, which building have the most tax resident? Yes. I can speak for Francisco. He can get you the information for building, tax, who is tax diligent, all that stuff. That's Francisco's thing.
Michael, for you, I do it, man. By the way, Michael is one of the members of the mastermind, and
yes.
I'm a rock star as a real estate agent.
All right. So let's move on, Jim.
Yeah, I think I don't want you all to think that in our next mastermind, all we're going to talk about is condos. We're not. But the point of this exercise and what Francisco did, Francisco was done for a guy in the car business. It's not just real estate we talk about, but what we operate with is the way we think, the analytical way assess data, the analytical way we find data, and the way we use it. That's part of just any mastermind strategy. So I want to give you a peek today of what we do in the Next Million Mastermind. Viju, let's have a look.
This is just a peek of how we operate.
Yeah.
Now,
Yeah.
one of the things that I would like to ask you guys is this: you want to be in business alone, or you want to be in business together with people that are doing the same that you are doing? Do you think which strategy is going to be more uh, possible to make profit? The ones that you can actually uh, do a strategy between a group, or did you do the strategy alone? That's the kind of thing we're inviting you to when we are in a mastermind. It's not only a collaboration, we encourage to actually do business between the members of the group or the whole group. So this is why we're interested for you to come on board, because we need people that really are into not only into the business, but they want to do business differently.
Hi, my name is Michael Ruiz, and I am with the Robin Hoods of Real Estate. And before I joined the Next Mill Mastermind, I was very confused. If you're like me, I've been in the real estate business for over 40 years, and believe it or not, you would think that after 40 years, I knew what the heck I was doing. Well, no, not everybody does. And it's just got to the point I needed some direction. So ever since I joined this group of mastermind experts, people that I have been admiring for decades, I am just shocked and honored to be here with the people that have been in the trenches doing everything that we've been wanting to do. These guys know exactly what to do. These guys have been doing it forever and ever. Now, one thing is important that I learned, and I had to come in here with a humble heart and put my ego aside and forget the fact that I've been doing this probably longer than they have, because they have a lot more success than I have. So you learn from people that have the success and people that are doing it. So don't waste time. Don't hesitate. Just stop fighting. Stop beating yourself up. Stop thinking about it so much. Stop thinking, should I or should I not? I'm telling you, you found your home. My hot seat was sizzling. My hot seat was really good, and I came prepared. So I hope that you come prepared with your hot seat and your questions and your thoughts and your challenges, because that's exactly what I did. If you're anything like me, you have so many opportunities, or maybe you have none. And these guys, out of nothing, they can either help you visualize and see where you can find the opportunities, or if you are like me, probably, that you have too many opportunities and you're just all over the place, and you have the shiny object syndrome, or it's not just that they're just shiny, you just have a lot of opportunities. These guys were able to help me without a shadow of a doubt, laser focus, quickly tell me, you're wasting your time with that, and you shine on that, and that's where you have to be, and this is what you have to build. I mean, what can I say? You need that. You need to come on that mastermind. You need to come to that hot seat and let them tell you exactly what you need to do. Because they're doing it because they want what's best for you. You need to come to the next mastermind, Next Mill Mastermind right away. You really do. Come check it out. And you're going to see the quality of people. And if you see me, come and say hello. Say, hey, Robin. Thanks. Talk to you guys later.
Thank you, Michael.
Hi, Mike.
Wrong mic.
We have one more for you.
Hi, my name's Mike Johnston with Johnston Home Team. And before I joined the Next Millionaire Mastermind, I had my businesses compartmentalized in many different areas. Since joining, I've been able to take those businesses and streamline them and put them in a future course of where I can actually take action and make them work much more efficiently. So part of the experience was doing the hot seat, which, you know, we all get a little bit nervous about. It's basically just taking everything that you have, talking about it, personal and business, and then getting feedback, which we're all afraid of, but sometimes it's necessary. And in this case, it was great for me. It really helped me align what my next steps are and what directions are to go to be able to turn what my ultimate goal is into residual income, and just put me on a path that's a lot more direction. So thank you guys, I appreciate it. And I'm looking forward to the next several meetings in the future. So thank you guys. Thank you for the Fab Five. Thank you for the next Millionaire Mastermind experience.
Now, Mike and his wife have been in real estate brokering for the last 6 years. And last year they nearly broke, I actually think they were at $40 million in sales. That's a lot. That's a lot. Mid-year this year, they were more than $22 million in sales. So what do they need a mastermind for? I'll tell you why. For them, or for Mike, it's not about the money anymore. It's about contribution and significance. You notice how he said he's going to start a video training program. He's already a mentor working with Anish and his group. So are you next? You deserve that freedom. Do you want to scale your business like Mike to bring in more residual income? So is enough enough? Let's go to the next slide, BJ. So the benefits that we have in the actual, you can put all three up. The actual meeting that we have is the life strategy, which is sort of the cornerstone of how we operate, how we train people to work. The other thing is the hot seat, which I'll talk a little more about, but both these guys remember their hot seats. They'll never forget them. And the third is the NMM community. Now, as I said, we're not all real estate. In the last group, there was a woman who's been with the sheriff's department for 30 years. Two who were salary people in IT who are looking to get out of their JOB, and a roofer. So let's talk about what actually happens at the meeting. What you get 2 3-day masterminds. Now, our next group is September 16th, and it'll be a combination of the first group and second group on at least one day. We have 12 monthly group calls. That's a Zoom call like this. Daily community support through our Facebook. It's a private Facebook group that is, nobody else is going to see it except you and your peers and the Fab Five. Finally, you get unlimited access to the Fab Five. Now, I want to talk a little bit about the hot seat. You get in front of a group with a PowerPoint presentation, and don't worry about that. If you don't know PowerPoint, we'll help you. That's not an issue. But we're going to talk specifically about, this is what you have to prepare, where you are now realistically in your business. The second thing is you're going to give something to the group. No, you're not something you're going to go out and buy. Maybe it's an app that you use. Maybe it's a book, or just something that you think will benefit everyone else in the group. We also want to know, in addition to where you are in your business life, where you are in your personal life, because believe me, one affects the other. Now, you can set goals for your business life and your personal life. For example, one member was really set in his business. He was doing fine, but he was working too hard, didn't have time for his family or his wife. He set a goal of how to change his life through input from not only us, but his peers. Just this past month, I think, he took his wife to Dubai just to get away. Why? Because he could. And the truth is, he always could. He just needed to put it together. Now, there is some accountability to this. Once you go through your hot seat and present to the group, not just us, but to the entire group, what you want to do, That's what the next meeting is about, the second of the 3 days, and the monthly calls. We've got to get you to identify what you need and is it achievable. We don't want you to set milestones that are not achievable. We'll identify what you need to work on with you. Now, you have to be moldable talent. We want you to contribute, not just to your own development, but to everyone in the group, to everyone in the whole group. That's why the interview process is very important to join Next Mill Mastermind. Just because that you have the money doesn't mean you're accepted. And what we mean by that is we want to be sure that it's a good group. Let me tell you about the first group. They set up their own book group to work together. Now that's how the community developed. One of the members, one of his gifts to everyone, he specializes in subject to deals. And his goal, one of the things he gave is he's going to do business with one of the group. He's going to work a deal with one of the group. So it's about give and take. It's about what you can take from the group, but you'll find it's just as pleasurable to learn what you can give. And when you see what you can give, you realize how much you already have. Sometimes the hot seats are tough. Maybe some things you don't want to hear. Maybe viewing an objective in your business life and your personal life with, well, an objective view. In other words, somebody's view other than yours can be just what puts you over. Like the guy who was not taking enough time for his family. Like Mike and his wife, who were working themselves to death to make all this money. And now they're working on branching out with help and giving back to the community. Now, the daily support is really important because we are on the Facebook, and the unlimited access to the Fab Five means just that. That means you have our phone, our email, and our voicemail. PG, but go to the next slide. So the winning strategy is made up of all these things that you get. The Next Million Mastermind and Life Strategy, $100,000 value. The information requirement analysis, which you'll work with on with Francisco, is a $7,500 value. The elite private Facebook community. This is where your daily interaction comes, a $6,000 value. Viju and I at DREA, we offer the partner system, which you'll automatically become a part of. We give you lead generation steps and a tax lead workshop. That's a $4,500 value. BPM Maria and Anish Dave offer the 2-day quick start for real estate investors, a $695 value. Now that comes when you join Next Mill Mastermind. Online marketing review with Sean McMurray. Sean McMurray is our guru for online presence, and he's going to give you an online marketing review. And membership to BPM RIA, a $295 value. So right there, that's a total of $119,000 in value. So let's go on. Let's talk about what else we're going to do. Because how many of you have heard of Marshall Silver? You can raise your hand. You're going to get 2 tickets to Turning Point. And that's a $59.90 value. That's an amazing benefit if you've never been to Turning Point. 30-minute success accelerator coaching calls. That means you get to pick one of us to have a 30-minute session with in your discipline. You'll learn in the meeting what our disciplines are, what our expertise is, and you get a 30-minute consultation with us, $1,000 value. Custom recorded self-hypnosis roadblock obliterator. Now, that's a mouthful, but Sean is a certified hypnotist. When you listen to Sean, you will be amazing. You'll be amazed at what can be drawn out from you and about your future success. So that's another $7,990 in investment. Now, The investment, as Viju said earlier, is $20,000, but we have a dramatic reduction if you act now. So let's go on to the next slide. Let me ask you something. The question I have for you is this. If all this mastermind did was make you more money while you're working less, so you can spend time doing whatever you want to do, whether it's family, friends, or travel, would it be worth it? If all this mastermind did was supply you with direction with your new and existing business, would it be worth it? If that's all you got, give me a yes. Let me see some love down here and see if that would be worth it. If you don't answer, we're kind of confused. And lastly, I'd like to ask, if this mastermind gave you a community filled with go-getters, because that's what we have, who are not only concerned about their growth, but yours, would it be worth it? Now let's go back to the guarantee. That's the reason I asked those questions. You have unlimited access to us by text and email. And until you tell us the value you've received you've gotten the value you've asked for out of Next Mill Mastermind, that's our guarantee. You have access to us until you've gotten the value, okay? So let's do this. Let's go on. I want you to scan. I want you to apply it. It starts with an application. Vija's going to give you a QR code here for you to scan. To hold your seat, it's just $2,000. Just scan the code and you'll be interviewed by at least 2 of us. And we'll make a decision on your acceptance really soon. Vija, can we get the QR code going here? It's just $2,000 to hold your seat. So there's we want to make it a win-win situation. We want you to see the value. So go ahead and scan your code now. Now I want to offer another bonus. Alexa's with us here. The other thing that we're going to do, Vijay and I are doing a program called Build Your Dream Team at our monthly meeting on October 16th. You'll get that. There's no obligation to be in the program if you apply. And literally, it takes very few minutes to apply. Our goal is to get you to your first million. And there's plenty of you who've already done that. And for those that have not gotten to your first million,
we missed the final price in the last slide. It was too quick.
Oh, I'm sorry. The total value, $127,000.
Yeah, but the price for this next mastermind was not there.
Francisco, is a $10,000 discount enough, you think?
Exactly.
It's just $10,000. Thank you, Francisco. That might answer a lot of questions. So our first group was 13 people. And we're not like other masterminds. We're small so that we can facilitate. And most other masterminds you're going to join are 1 or 2 people. There are 5 of us with a wide diversion of experience. It's not just real estate. For example, in the first group, there was a roofer. There was a political consultant. There was a TV personality. I won't say who it was, but there was a TV personality. Now, in the next group, we already have a builder and a guy who deals in cars. So I don't know what's going to happen when the builder and the roofer get together, but I guarantee you they'll all get a good deal on a car. But my point is, what Vijay said about community is the connections, and Francisco mentioned this too, the connections on what we and the other people in the group do can take your business to the next level. So let's work on your vision. That's one other thing that goes into the mastermind, your vision, your systems, and to get the right people. We're going to have a workshop totally devoted to this, because if you have a vision and a great system, but not the right people, it's chaos. You know, I got to thank Anish for this, because he also says if you have great systems and people, but no vision, no one knows what to do. And this is Anish's least favorite. If you have a great vision and great people, but no systems, it's a mess. So the idea is to have all 3 of them. And that's where our experience comes in. And that's what you're going to learn about in the hot seat. We're going to pull from you information about all these three things, and then we're going to give back to you, along with the group, the way to put it all together. So, Alexa, are we ready to? We're in the last minutes
Yes.
here.
So yes, we have 9 minutes left, guys. Bear with me. We have a giveaway for everyone who applies today. Jim mentioned it. They have an event on Wednesday, October 16th. So anyone who applies today, you're going to get a free ticket to that event. Make sure, actually, I'm going to get you guys who are in here on the email list. So keep an eye on that. We'll let you guys know when tickets come out for there, but you'll be locked in for that event for free if you apply today. Secondly, I have a winner for the raffle.
All right.
Okay, let's go. Raffle winner is, I'm sorry if I don't say your name right, Leda V. Leda, Leda. Congratulations.
All right, Leda, as always, there's a time limit. So make sure that you scan and apply, and we'll get you interviewed in just 2 days. You have until, you've been paid basically $2,000 for being here. This is $2,000 credit towards the mastermind fee, and you'll have to August 22nd to sign up. So there's a time limit to everything. So we thank you for joining us, and we're glad you're the winner of the raffle.
Absolutely.
The other question we get,
$1,000.
yeah, 2,000 is not 20% off.
Mhm.
So the other question we get is, what if you have a business partner, a true like LLC or corporate business partner, or your spouse, and they both want to come? So there's a 50% discount for the related business partner or your spouse. So that would be just $15,000 for both of you. So right now, pick your phone up and do the scan and do the quick application, and you'll be on your way. Alexa, do we have any questions?
Nope, that's just me typing away in the chat for you guys.
Okay, I thought I was hearing someone else. All right, so
No,
guys,
that's me.
thank you all for joining us. Viju, anything in closing?
Alexa.
Yes, sorry, I'm not done yet.
The
You
live
guys
event
know
on the 20th.
I'm never finished, guys. I'm never
Good.
finished. You have to give me the time. We have an event next week, you guys. So are we gonna see you guys on Tuesday, August 20th? It's gonna be limited seating, so you have to get your name on the list. I'm gonna put the link in the chat, but I highly recommend you register because once this event fills up, we're just gonna close it. So we love you guys, but we like to have these intimate workshops on Tuesday. We are going Tuesday, August 20th, next week, 6 p.m. to 7:30. I'm sure the guys will hang out for a little bit after, a little bit before, so get there early. It's gonna be in Broward, so my Broward people, or if you can make it to Broward by 6 o'clock, I highly recommend it. We're gonna discuss the strongest technique to generate consistent leads without a big marketing budget, which I know you guys, I'm sorry to say it, but everyone needs marketing help. And I love you all. You know I love you. Some of you guys are really great on social media, but I have to say the majority, you're just hanging in there. You're just just chugging along. But I know that Sean's going to give you some tips that are going to resonate with you. You're going to walk away feeling better about social media after this workshop. I promise you, it is better to have those tips than to keep chugging along with the bare minimum. I promise you. And we do recommend VAs for social media as well. And we can talk all about that. You all have to be there. You have to register, and you have to get your name on the list if you want to attend that workshop. And it's free. So no excuses. We want to see you there, and make sure you register before it sells out. But that is all from me, you guys. Besides that, not all from me. We did record today's session. We are posting it on the YouTube channel. If you know somebody that needs this information, needs to hear what's going on in the condo market, you must share this replay with them. And as I briefly mentioned before, putting my heart and soul in this social media stuff, you guys, I am working. So we're going to get that replay posted for you all 24 to 48 hours. link in the chat, go subscribe. You'll get the notification once it's uploaded. And yeah, share this replay with somebody who it's going to help. I think this was a very intense class, if I can say that. It's just, you know, I might be one of the younger people in this Zoom webinar, but I'm looking for that gem.
I'm
So
in my 20s.
I'm looking for that gem, you guys. So we're all working together. Go get ReaFacts if you don't have it already. That's where we're getting all this data. I saw some comments about that in the chat. And I'm happy to help you guys get that set up. And you can call Francisco's office as well, ReaFacts. But yeah, that's it for me, guys. Thank you guys so much. I hope you go apply today so you guys get that free ticket on October 16th. You guys are going to do networking and learning.
Yes.
Okay, guys, you're gonna have networking and learning October 16th with the DREA guys. If you apply today, that's gonna be a free ticket for you. And then congratulations again, Leda. I'll be in touch with you. Thank you guys so much for joining.
Thank you.
We'll see you
Thank
next
you,
week.
Harriet. Bye,
Have a
everyone.
great day. Bye, guys.
Bye. Thank you.
Look out for my thank you email, everybody, please. I'm gonna send you a thank you email from info@nextmillmastermind. Okay, love you guys. Bye.